When loyalty to the truth becomes an act of betrayal, what do? That's the wrenching core of Truth and Treason 2025, directed by Matt Whitaker, who also co-wrote it with Ethan Vincent. This film stakes its claim in the crowded landscape of historical thrillers, but does so by focusing on a young man's internal and external battles against a totalitarian regime. It's a story about ideals, courage, and the cost of standing up when the stakes couldn't be higher. With a cast led by Ewan Horrocks and Rupert Evans, Truth and Treason promises to be more than just a tense chase. It's a study in what it means to be a good German when the country demands blind loyalty to lies. Today, we're dissecting how Whitaker crafts this tense drama and thriller hybrid, and why it matters in 2025's cinematic lineup. At its core, Truth and Treason is a historical thriller set against the ominous backdrop of Nazi Germany. The premise is straightforward yet potent. A teenager risks everything to expose the truth, even as the Gestapo closes in. The film straddles history and suspense, layering drama over a tense political thriller framework. It's not just about espionage or cat-and-mouse chases, but about the moral dilemmas beneath them, released in 2025. It arrives at a time when audiences are hungry for stories that revisit history's darkest chapters with nuance and urgency. The film does not seem to be part of a franchise or sequel series, so it stands alone, aiming to carve out space among other recent historical dramas and thrillers that explore resistance and identity in oppressive regimes. Matt Whitaker's direction here leans into tension with a controlled, deliberate style. Known for his ability to frame intimate stories within broader political contexts, Whitaker uses composition to heighten the feeling of surveillance and paranoia. The film's visual style likely favors muted, desaturated palettes to reflect the grim era, punctuated with moments of stark contrast, shadows creeping across faces, tight close-ups that trap characters in claustrophobic. Camera movement probably shifts between steady, almost clinical tracking shots during moments of investigation and handheld sequences when the pace quickens to convey urgency. Editing rhythm likely balances slower, thoughtful beats with sharp cuts during moments of suspense, creating a push-pull effect that keeps viewers on edge without resorting to over-the-top action. The way Whitaker builds tension feels grounded rather than sensational. Instead of relying on bombastic set pieces, the drama comes from small, fraught moments, furtive glances, whispered conversations, the weight of decisions made in silence. This restraint is an editorial choice that respects the audience's intelligence and the story's gravity. It's a thriller that thrives on what's unsaid as much as what's revealed, using visual cues and pacing to amplify the emotional stakes. Given Whitaker's background, it's safe to expect a film where every frame serves to deepen the narrative's moral complexity rather than simply entertain. Ewan Horrocks leads the charge, presumably delivering a nuanced performance as the teenage protagonist caught between loyalty and rebellion. Horrocks has a track record of bringing vulnerability and intensity to his roles, making him well-suited to portray a character who must wrestle with fear and conviction. Rupert Evans and Ferdinand McKay round out the key players, adding layers of gravitas and tension. The supporting cast, including Daph Thomas and Joanna Christie, likely provide a textured ensemble that fleshes out the dangerous world the protagonist navigates. Early buzz suggests that the chemistry among the cast balances well, creating believable relationships that anchor the film's suspense. This is not a star-driven spectacle, but an ensemble piece where every actor's subtlety matters. The group dynamics on screen are crucial here, as the story depends on trust and suspicion. Given the historical context and the thriller genre, the cast's ability to convey duplicity, fear, and fleeting alliances will determine how compelling the narrative feels. Whitaker's direction probably encourages restrained performances, allowing the actor's eyes and body language to carry much of the emotional weight. This kind of ensemble work demands tight collaboration, and the presence of seasoned actors like Sean Mahan and Sylvie Varco likely elevates the material, providing a counterbalance to the younger leads. Writing-wise, Truth and Treason seems structured around a classic tension arc, a protagonist forced into an impossible position, navigating escalating threats as the Gestapo closes in. Thematically, it explores loyalty, not as blind allegiance, but as a complicated, fraught choice. The film appears to lean into questions about identity, truth, and the personal cost of resistance within a totalitarian system. Based on the premise and cast, it's likely that Whitaker and Vincent's screenplay uses a tight narrative structure to build suspense while layering moral ambiguity. The story probably avoids clear-cut heroes and villains, focusing instead on how ordinary people make impossible decisions under pressure. The themes here resonate beyond the historical setting, speaking to contemporary issues of propaganda, censorship, and the price of speaking out. The film seems designed to prompt viewers to consider what it really means to be good within a corrupt system, whether loyalty to country justifies complicity, or if true patriotism demands exposing uncomfortable truths. This thematic complexity is a strength. It positions Truth and Treason not just as a thriller, but as a drama that challenges audiences to think deeply about power, identity, and conscience. While Truth and Treason is a standalone film, it fits neatly into the tradition of espionage and resistance thrillers like The Lives of Others or Defiance. Compared to more spectacle-driven thrillers, this film likely prioritizes character over action, tension over high-octane set pieces. For viewers familiar with genre staples, it offers a quieter, more introspective take on resistance narratives. The focus on a young protagonist caught in the machinery of oppression also recalls films like The Book Thief or Jojo Rabbit, though with a sharper thriller edge. This places the film in a space where plot twists serve character development and theme, rather than mere surprise. In terms of audience expectations, Truth and Treason leans into psychological suspense and moral drama rather than flashy spectacle. For fans of character-driven historical thrillers, this is precisely the kind of film that delivers depth and tension in equal measure. It's unlikely to satisfy viewers looking for purely escapist entertainment or explosive action. But for those invested in stories about resistance and identity, it promises a compelling, thoughtful experience. Who is Truth and Treason really for? Its strengths lie in its mature themes, tight ensemble work, and intelligent pacing, making it a solid pick for viewers who appreciate complex historical dramas with thriller elements. If you're drawn to films that challenge you to think about loyalty and morality under pressure, this is a watch. However, those expecting a fast-paced, action-heavy spy thriller might find it slow or subdued. The film's deliberate tone and focus on character nuance could feel heavy for viewers seeking light entertainment. Overall, Truth and Treason stands out for its willingness to tackle difficult ethical questions within a suspenseful framework. Whitaker's direction and the strong performances elevate what could have been a straightforward historical thriller into something more resonant. It's a film that respects its audience's intelligence and refuses easy answers, which in today's cinematic landscape is both rare and welcome. While it may not break new ground in genre conventions, it offers a well-crafted, morally charged story that stays with you. So, when loyalty to the truth becomes an act of betrayal, Truth and Treason asks us what courage really costs, and what it means to stand up when the world demands silence. That's a powerful question to end on, and it's exactly the kind of thoughtful storytelling we champion here on Cut to Real. If you found this breakdown insightful, stick around for more deep dives. Until next time, keep watching with purpose. Thanks for watching Cut to Real. I'll see you next time for another look beneath the surface of cinema's best.